solar as an alternative to get some energy to do some certain services, even though not all the services could be rendered by the solar alternative, but it will go a long way in mitigating the hardship that
even
people are going through.
The coming of solar, we had those using inverters to take care of their energy needs. But with the coming of solar, some are saying that it is quite expensive. We know that there are some GSM companies that are into this solar aspect of providing energy, and there are independent ones. But it is quite expensive to ordinary Nigerian.
Exactly. I agree with you. It is quite expensive to ordinary Nigerian. But again, this is the only path through that an average Nigerian can tow to actually get an alternative energy to satisfy some of his energy needs. You can see that to even charge a phone today is becoming problematic if you rely on, let me use the name NEPA. If you rely on NEPA or AEDC to even recharge your phone, you may end up spending the next 1 or 2 days with your phone off because it has gone off as a result of lack of energy to recharge it. So, and then not to talk of some other needs such as grinding machines, even your refrigerator to cool some of your food items and things like that. So you can see that it is gradually coming to roost that AEDC or NEPA, as you may wish to call it, is miserably inadequate to satisfy our energy needs. And therefore, there is the need for Nigerians to begin to think of an alternative rather than to continue to depend on NEPA. You can see in the last 10 months, the national grid have collapsed more than 10 times already. In the last 10 months, it has collapsed more than 10 times. And this is the first time in history that we are seeing repeated collapse of the national grid. And if it continues on this trajectory, it means that Nigeria is doomed as far as energy is concerned. And there's the need for the government to look inwardly again to see if it can revisit some of those agreements that it entered with the private sector. If it means taking back the electricity company one more time to revamp it and then probably privatize it again, it will be better.
I think the one that they gave us, the view was looking at privatization, just like what they did in the telecom sector, saying that, okay, if they did the same in the energy sector, Nigerians will enjoy 24 hours electricity supply.
Yes, you know, the telecom sector is a different thing because the mode of operations are not the same. While the telecom sector, each service provider can operate independent of the other, in the case of the energy sector, the discos cannot operate independent of each other because they are sourcing for the energy from the same source. And that is the generation, the dams that generate the energy. And then the transmission company also usually sell the energy to the discos. And then the discos sell to the final consumers. And of course, the price of the energy is on the increase all the time. And, you know, even the recent removal of subsidy that is said to be only on those on band A, that is industrial areas, or the ones that we always call the 33 kVA, was not restricted to the 33 kVA, at least in the AEDC control regions, because we saw how the government have even gone ahead to fine the AEDC for infringing on this agreement by charging even those on band D and band C and so on and so forth. So, I mean, many Nigerians are already beginning to think of alternatives. And this is one of the major factors that will make Nigerians now to even bring out all the qualities, all the talents, all the potentialities of generating energy away from the national grid. We've seen it happen in so many countries. If you go to countries like Kenya, if you go to Malawi, if you go to Rwanda, if you go to Zimbabwe, you see a lot of communities with energies that are outside the national grid of those countries. And those energies were largely produced by individuals who had the talent to produce them. I have seen a community that has been energized using the wind vane. I have seen a community that has been energized using the solar panels produced locally. All the materials were sourced locally by those individuals who build them. And today, those communities are doing very well when it comes to getting energy to satisfy some of their needs. The only thing there is that for Nigerians, we need to begin to submerge some of our needs, especially where we need more energies to satisfy those needs. You can simply do away with some of those needs. But in Nigeria, we are yet to come to terms with the issue of management. And this is one thing that is absent in the psychology of an average Nigerian, how to manage electricity and even resources. When you go to many Francophone countries, they tend to manage resources much more better than those of us in Nigeria, for example. If you go to Ghana, they manage resources better than those in Nigeria. There is no room for wastages. If you go to Cotonou, for example, you go to Togo, you go to Cote d'Ivoire, you go to Senegal, people don't on their lights during the daytime. But in Nigeria, you see a light being kept on for 24 hours. And people don't on their fans once it is daybreak, or once there is no one in the room. You don't on the fan. But you go to some houses, you see a fan keep rolling for 24 hours so long as there is energy. You go to a room, you see the light in the room kept on. You go to a room, you see the AC there kept on for 24 hours, even when there is no one in the room. So we must begin to imbibe the habit of management of resources. And that is the only way we will be able to benefit immensely from this solar alternative that many Nigerians are gradually going into at the moment, because an average Nigerian has become disillusioned with the issue of AEDC today in the case of our own region, and then in the case of other regions too, with their own discourse there. The lamentations are uniform everywhere. There is no energy, and people are in their need of this energy, especially those who are into small-scale businesses. The iron bender by the roadside, even the mechanic too, and then the electrician or the technician who repairs other electronics need this energy. And then you talk of some other women too who are into using grinding machine, and some of the, even those who are selling cold water, they need energy. So it is better that this group of small-scale businesses, if they can source for alternative energy away from the AEDC, it will be better for them. Because this is the current reality that we're in today, and we must not continue to deceive ourselves that AEDC will satisfy our needs.
Okay, so it is up to say that Nigerians should look for an alternative, explore alternative ways in order to meet their energy needs. But how safe is this alternative? We're talking about renewable energy and, of course, having a green economy. How safe is this solar energy?
Well, it is safe if a lot of technicians can go into mass production of this solar equipment. Locally within Nigeria, and produce them. As it is now, many of these things are imported, especially the inverters and even the batteries, the panels, all of these things are being imported from outside of the country, and that is why they are very expensive. But I believe that there are quite a number of Nigerians who can produce these things locally. One of the major concerns is that we fail to believe in our local content, what our local people can do. You can see, for example, when you look at the condensed natural gas, the CNG we're talking about here. Now, we take our gas to countries like Japan. Japan produce vehicles that are using diesel and petrol, and then we import those vehicles from Japan. What are we saying? Japan is running away from using diesel and petrol, and that is why when they produce the cars, they ship them back to Nigeria, and then we sell the gas to Japan. And you know, using the gas is even much more safer, because you buy your gas at maybe 250 naira per is it per kg or thereabout, or rather 800 naira per kg. Anyway, the CNG, you buy it at 250 naira per kg, and then it's much more better than the petrol you buy at 650 naira or thereabout. And it lasts longer when you compare it to a liter of petrol. The CNG kg lasts longer than a liter of petrol. And that is why even today, the Nigerian government should encourage Nigerians to go into the CNG usage. People should go and convert most of their vehicles into the CNG. It's much more safer, it's better, and it's cost effective. So it's the same thing too with this alternative energy, which is the solar system. It's much more safer, and of course it's cheaper, because when you buy, it takes you a very long time before you think of buying anything again. So you can see you are saving a lot of money. In today's Nigeria, where we have competing demands over meager resources, that alternative is the best. The only thing is that Nigerians must begin to submerge some of their essential needs as it relates to energy. For example, where you need to be taking cold water all the time, please make do with ordinary water. Where you have to store away or preserve certain food in your refrigerator, please try to buy the ones that you can eat at that time, so that tomorrow you still go and buy another one again. That is the way to go. When you go to many of these Francophone countries, that is what they do. They buy what they eat on that day, and then tomorrow they go back to the market and buy again. Those that they cannot preserve using the refrigerator because they want to save costs, they keep buying them on daily basis or every 2 days or thereabout. And that have helped them to save a lot of money. Nigerians are spending unnecessarily when you look at the life of an average Nigerian. And the earlier we embrace this alternative means of energy, the better for us, rather than keep, going through this energy that is said to be provided by the AEDC, which is not there. In Mina, for example, when last have we enjoyed 1 hour electricity supply, just 1 hour per day? When last have we enjoyed that? If they give us 3 hours, it will take them the next 3 hours to give us light again. Especially those who are on 11 kVA. I'm not talking about those on the band A tariff. Those on the 11 kVA. Once you get electricity for 1 hour today, it will take the next 2 days before you see electricity again. Is that the way to go? What will 1 hour electricity do for you? It cannot even charge your phone. Because if you charge your phone for 1 hour, in the next 2 days, it will go off. Because you have a lot of activities to do using your phone. And that is why today you see a lot of Nigerians using the power bank. The power bank itself cannot be charged adequately if you rely on AEDC. So, but when you have this alternative means of energy, you will not only be charging your phone, but you also charge your power bank. And the light is there 24 hours. I have seen houses who have used a moderate alternative means of energy, the solar panel, and today they have no problem of their phones going off at all, because all the time they have enough energy to charge their phones. At least one aspect of the problem has been solved. If you are someone who is into infotech and you are using your system all the time, it means that you have no problem of energy to charge your system. Anytime you want to use your system, the energy is there. So you can see these are, alternatives that we can easily get. If you have to spend 100,000 naira or 150,000 naira to get a moderate panel that can give you such kind of energy, why don't you go for it? Rather than you giving AEDC 100,000 naira for the energy that is not there. These are alternatives that Nigerians should begin to embrace. But sometimes we see difficulties and we continue to plunge ourselves into that difficulties until such a time when we cannot get out again.
It's quite unfortunate.
So we have to get our priorities right. And that is the only way we'll be able to solve this issue of energy once and for all.
Okay, let's see how Nigerians are really meeting up with the challenges we face as a result of lack of electricity supply in the country, and of course embracing the solar energy. 0903-880-8883. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Haji Amemuna, good morning. Dr. Dantala, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Ambassador Gebu the Challenger. I'm calling you from Tudun, Fulani City.
All right, Gebu.
Dr. Dantala, Hajia,
yes,
you see this issue of AEDC, like, is a very sympathetic issue and is so worrisome. What baffles me the most is this. There is no constant electricity supply. Instead of the bill should be going down. It's going up, and the light is not constant. Why? If
you are paying for darkness.
If you have money, just put a panel.
Awareness. Orientate your customers. The reason why there is no constant electricity supply. Then you decrease the bill instead of increasing the bill. You understand? You keep on increasing the bill, and there is no constant electricity supply, and it's uncalled for.
So how do you survive this era? How are you surviving without electricity?
How I'm surviving this era is this. So you don't have any other alternative. Sometimes you have to sleep outside because of the heat. Why sometimes you have to take your phone to go and charge and pay money. That is just the only alternative you have. If you want to drink cold water, you have to go to those who are using 33 and buy ice block. If not, you don't have any other alternative. And the only solution to this problem is this. Is for you to go on solar if you can afford it. Because we cannot keep on relying on AEDC again. So I am challenging the regional manager constructively and the PRO. They should come to your studio and give us proper accountability and transparency in this aspect. They should create awareness. They should orientate Niger Light. The reason why we are not having constant electricity supply.
Definitely. Thank you very much. But you heard earlier that they said that the national grid is also
yes, it is not the fault of the regional manager, neither is it the fault of the AEDC. Like I said, the national grid has been collapsing. In the last 10 months, it has collapsed more than 10 times. It's the first time in history. So I think we are trying to over-label the whole matter of this billing thing, whether they are increasing the bill or whatever they are doing. The best option is for Nigerians to take the alternative, and that is a solar system.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, my name is M.K. Mafia.
All right, Mafia, make your comment.
I just want to ask a question. Why is it Nigeria National Grid is collapsing every time? And the one they are giving people outside, telling to Togo, Nigeria, and the rest are not collapsing. Why is it our own is collapsing at any time? In Nigeria, we don't enjoy any light. If we can't enjoy light, let them bring the other ones and let us enjoy our light in our country. Because the one they are giving outsiders are not collapsing. And our own here is collapsing every time. Look at the way we are facing in Nigeria. Everything is going down. Business, everything has gone down. How are we going to survive this life? When you go to charge your phone, you will go there, you won't get charging. Sometimes you go there, you give your phone to the person that is charging it, and you came back, he told you that another person come and took it there. Please, someone should do something about this life.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, MK Mafia. 0903-880-8883. Or you can post your comment on our Facebook page, Prestigefm91.7mx. And we are streaming live on our Facebook page, Prestigefm91.7mx. That is Prestigefm917mx on Facebook, and on YouTube, Prestigefm91.7mx. Hello, good morning. Okay, 0903-880-8883. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Adia and Ambassador Kudantala.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi, Simon Blind Kuta.
All right, sir, make your comment.
Yeah, my comment that we are removed of subsidy of the light. Like in Shiroro here, definitely in Niger State, but in entire in Shiroro local government, we are serious painful for this light removing of subsidy. You can't get light up to 24 hours. Even some fuse 30 to 40, 3 to 4 hours sometimes we are giving to disco light in Shiroro. But we are in capacity of light. We are being like we headquarters in light, but we can't benefit of the light. Is it possible thing and the AGC to do for the Shiroro local government? So that we can spend the money. Definitely every month of the ending of the month we are paying, but you can't enjoy life. Is it possible thing? Please and please, we are a journalist. Please, we are airing of this issue that we have been tired in Shiroro and Muya. You can't get life. Serious matter.
All right.
But today that we giving till yesterday night, we can't reach money. We are taking the life. See heat has been stopping people.
All
but
right.
you always can be stopping people, can give him money. We can't like
Paying for that
government,
place.
governor. Please, he's taking the serious matter of this AEDC. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay,
you can see that technologically, so many electronic appliances are now being produced using the solar. We have the solar fan, the solar fridge, the solar ACs. All of these solar things are now coming in gradually into Nigerian markets, and it's an opportunity for Nigerians to embrace some of these things, because you cannot continue to rely on light coming from the discourse, while in essence the energies are not there, and you are paying huge amount of money monthly to settle all of these bills.
All right.
It is quite disheartening that we are where we are today, and the Nigerian government have not made any effort to make proper investigations as to what happened to the $16 billion that was said to have been invested in the energy sector, and what happened to during the privatization era of the NEPA. A lot of things have gone under the table that were not palatable, and there's the need for the current government to make proper investigation, so that if for one thing to pump in more funding to see how it can revamp that energy sector, and if it cannot, Nigerians should simply take the alternative available to them.
All right.
And that is a solar system.
Musa Alhaji Sulaiman on our Facebook page, he's saying he's following. Thank you. Abdullahi Salu Kitso is saying good morning to you. Muhammad Ahmad MK, why is it that at any time Nigeria that we are using is always collapsing? That is talking about the national grid. The one given to another country is not collapsing at all. That's unfortunate.
They are not the same line now.
Oposa Masood, he's saying, I pray that government will take over the power sector again. All right. Isayam Asali, Doctor have explained it all, but the area I want to touchlight is why increments on electricity bill and less powerful supply is how we continue. Is it how we're going to continue? And people in authority are keeping quiet as if nothing is happening. Very unfortunate. Thank you, Isayam Asali. Muhammad Majin Muhammad, may Allah be with you all the time. I mean, and of course, Babakura Aninigi is saying, I extend, okay, thank you. And ever, okay, for enduring this dark log of electricity by AEDC in Niger State, the power state called by the nation. We are so disappointed by the way the distribution companies supply light to the states. Please, that should be a joke. I'm ashamed of being called the power state by other states, wallahi. Do you know other states in Nigeria enjoy electricity more than we, Nigerites? What was the reaction of the state government's vote of no confidence on AEDC? Or it was just mentioned in the mouths. Do you know that Niger State is among the 3 states that uses solar power most? It is very unfortunate we find ourselves in this mess. The state government should, with immediate effect, work upon this issue, because this is the only resources Niger State can boast of. Okay, you can't give food to others when your house is perishing in hunger. Thank you very much, Babakura Aninigi, for that comment. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, Madam Memuna. Good morning.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Memuna.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Dentala.
Good morning, sir.
I must commend you always for your wonderful analysis. This is MD Awal from Kwakungu.
All right, MD, make your comment.
Dr. Dentala, anybody who said is relying on AEDC now is wasting his time in terms of business and in terms of everything. There is a tip I want to give to the reality of people who are listening. If you are using like self-contained, if you want to go for solar, you can use as 100 amps battery. Then you have your inverter and charging controller. You have your 2 panel, which is 250 watts, which is, if you have 2, you understand, it will make your battery to charge, you understand, in time, which is 500 watts. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have your 100 amps, you understand, it can take entire flat. But if you're using like 3 or 4 bedroom flat, you need to have like 200 amps battery. Then you have your 4 panels so that your battery will charge in time. Then throughout the day you have your light. So anybody who wants to go, you can go for solar panel, you understand, and battery, you understand, so that at least you have like 247. Because even we, you understand, in our own business that we are running, it's solar that we're using, so we cannot rely on AEDC anymore. So that is my thing for now. May Allah continue to be with us, rescue us.
I mean, thank you
so
very
you can
much.
see a lot of Nigerians are already, yes, of course, he's making it even more simpler.
No AEDC petrol on
no
the high
petrol,
side.
nothing. You
so
just
no
enjoy
take.
your 24 hours light. And we just hope that many Nigerians will begin to embrace this. And the more people embrace it, the more the idea of producing those equipment will come into mind, and we will be able to see a lot of Nigerians producing some of these things locally. Because as it is now, AEDC is supposed to supply electricity for 720 hours per month, but I don't think they are supplying electricity for 100 hours per month. Out of 720 hours per month, they don't supply electricity for 100 hours.
And yet the billing is on
And yet the billing is on the high side. So what are we saying? I would just that, like he has made his analysis now. That is the best. And there's even a way that when you can make your connections and even get your light today. When you have your simple your battery now, if you have a 72 amp battery, you can simply connect it with a coil, and then you can simply connect it with a generator. You use the battery to start the generator, and then the generator supply the coil, and then the coil supply the house with the electricity, and then it's also supplied the battery and it's recharging the battery.
Wonderful.
So you can see the generator will keep running for 24 hours. The battery will be supplying the energy. The generator is supplying the coil, and the coil is providing the electricity in the home. And then you take part of the light also to recharge the battery. It's a cyclical thing, and it goes around for 24 hours. You can only switch it off to do some turnaround maintenance, and then you on it again. You don't need petrol at all. I mean,
Find a solution.
the final solution, final solution now. We go back to the basics.
Hello, okay. Muhammad Awal Liman, he said it is only in Nigeria that consumers buy what doesn't exist, and the sellers have the confidence to increase the tariffs of ghost products. Consumers are paying for darkness instead of light in this country. About 98% of Nigerians spend more time without lights than with it, and the capitalists suckling the blood of Nigerians who strangulated the power sector have the guts to increase the tariff. Gaskia solar is the best solution for now. Thank you, Muhammad Awal Liman. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Who do you have on the line?
This is Muhammad, happiness electrician and solar installation.
Don't advertise yourself here. Just make your contribution. That is all.
You see, this NEPA of a thing, I think time is coming that AEDC will just pass its load. Because as I'm assuring you, solar is around corner, and there's a lot of improvement in technology about solar issues. So we are the installer because we know the expense that is there, and you have your own money will calculate what you want to use and will give you what you want. Even as you cannot use fridge, the only thing you want is maybe you can use fan, you can use bulb, you can get energy to charge your phones. You have a less price, you can fix your solar.
Okay.
And even for fridge, anything that you want to use in solar aspect is already in ground.
Okay.
And we are already improving in solar aspect.
So it is what the
for now-
consumers want that you provide for them.
Huh?
It is what the consumers want that you provide for them in the solar
You
energy.
see, like, for instance, if you have a like self-contained, you see, you have like 100 amps battery, you can use fan, you can get bulb, you can also even watch television.
At what price?
You see, let's say you can spend like 380,
318 naira?
1,000.
80,000.
Okay.
So it give you all this you want, and you give you 24 hours supply in your house.
But durability of that?
You can use it for the next 2.5 years or 3 before you begin to think of maintenance.
Yes, of course. It depends the connection some people make. You know, some people, they don't go for DC connection. Some people go for, they put all the items in inverter system.
Exactly.
Which is most consuming than DC connection. So if you can put all your bulbs in DC, you put all your fans in DC, the only thing you use for your inverter is sockets and maybe like you want to watch TV. That's all.
All right.
So you can see your battery will be more saving, and you get what you want.
All right.
So that just
Thank you very much.
So you can see the knowledge is already coming to. It is quite disheartening because, like I said, 720 hours make a month. But out of these 720 hours, I don't think AEDC supplies up to 100 hours.
Marvelous King Luke is saying the government should invest more in solar energy. That's what other developed countries are doing. God bless the family. Okay, your family and yours also. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Madam Emuna. Is MD there?
Briefly,
there is one thing I still want to notify people who wants to go for solar. If you are using 100 amps battery, you have to change the bulbs. You are using normal bulb they are using. You have to go for DC bulbs. There is a DC fan now, so you go for DC fan. It consumes less, so it can take entire flat. Even if you want to use 100 amps battery, then you go for DC bulb. It can take 3-bedroom flat, even if you are using 100 amps. So you have to change the fan that you are using in the entire home. Then you change it to DC fan, you understand, so that it will take you all along. The battery will not run down in time. So if you are not having the means to buy 200 amps battery, so you can go for 100 amps battery. But you have to change the entire fan normal fan that you are using. You have to go for DC bulbs and DC fans. So I just want to alert the people who wants to go for solar. It's more or less, you understand, because you unlike generator that you have to go on service, maintenance and all that thing. So solar, you don't go for anything. The only thing that is to have problem time to time is inverter. And if you understand, if you know how to maintain it, you understand, it doesn't even need to have
even the inverter. If you don't overload it, it will last long.
And that is what I'm trying to notice, bring to the notice of the people who wants to go for solar. So we've been using solar for more than 2-3 years now. We are enjoying it on our own as work on a daily basis.
All right, thank you very much. Nura Sanda, okay, it is too long in Nigeria. We are suffering in power sector. We pray for better Nigeria. Thank you, Nura Sanda. Umar Dan Azmi, on average, extorted customers are tired of excuses from AEDC, and most of them are ready for a showdown. Renewable energy, which is the end thing now, is not affordable for most common Nigerians. All right, Umar Dan Azmi. Jafar Ibrahim Bindiga, may Allah continue to provide succor for the common man who has no power and value in Nigeria anymore. Amen. Ibrahim Saleh, alternative source of energy as the topic, okay, was a good one, but a lot of us cannot afford this source. However, we look out how we can have one. This issue is a big slap on the face of Niger Lights. If with 4 hydro dams in the state and we can okay, we are yet to have stable electricity supply. What then is the essence of having these dams? Let's tell ourselves.
To convert them for irrigation purpose. I think it will be better.
That some people are the brain behind this ugly situation, and they should fear God. Government should, as a matter of urgency, look properly into this issue and find a lasting solution. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Sali. Kolomaman, he's saying, what keeps me surprised is collapsing of national grid. My question is that Nigerian government cannot fix this grid once and for all. Now they have started sharing bill, expecting customers to pay for what they are not enjoying. May God help us in this country. I mean, Comrade Muhammad Awal Umar, electricity has become worrisome. You keep paying bills month after month, and yet supply is very poor. All right, Doctor, you said the essence of the 4 dams, we should use it for irrigation.
Yes, of course, it will serve Nigerians much more better than for the hydroelectricity that they are being used for now.
We are producing, others are benefiting more
definitely, yes. They should allow Nigerians to go and do some irrigations along the fields that are closer to the dams, so that we can produce more food, and then we go for alternative source of energies rather than depending on the dams that are providing the energies that are not there.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Auntie Memuna.
Morning, sir. Who do I have on the line?
My name is Comrade Albala.
All right. Comrade, make your comment.
Yeah, I would relate to the issue of AEDC and the alternative power source. Once Auntie Memuna, I'm on the same page with Dr. Dantala. Sincerely speaking, the privatization of NEPA, sincerely speaking, it's a scam. Why do I say it's a scam? Because it is tantamount to scratching the bottom of the barrel, inviting the worst people that have no technical competence and the financial wherewithal to come and, to privatize, to to give them the concession of these companies. If we were all living with Santimemuna immediately when NEPA was privatized and the staffs were paid off. Some staffs were being absorbed by AEDC. So virtually that is to tell you that these people have succeeded and won the bid without even the technical, wherewithal. That is number one. In terms of the financial aspect too, if you take a look at the telecommunication sector when it was privatized, MTEL, which was the government owned that time, inherited all the infrastructures, of Niger. But in the case of the electricity sector, all the infrastructures were being inherited by this electricity company that have gotten the concession. So you will discover that other companies came in, MTN, Glo, and so on. That started from zero where they are. They started from the grass to grace. Compared to NEPA that have inherited, the NEPA infrastructure. So if really there is investment, they really invested in the sector, the electricity sector wouldn't have been, as shabby as it is. So, as a matter of fact, I think, based on what is even prevailing now at Memona, virtually all Nigerians, all electricity users have become shareholders in the power sector. Why do I say so? The moment there is any problem in your own area, you have directly or indirectly contribute, money to go and prepare either electricity pole or your cable, or you want to extend electricity.
Even transformer.
So what kind of even transformer, doctor? What kind of investment is that? Sincerely speaking, this is an exploitation of the highest order. We don't enjoy the electricity. The infrastructures are completely obsolete. And these people, again, are coming to remove tariff. The implication of this tariff that they have removed, most of these factories are on A-band. And definitely their cost of production will actually, rise. And definitely they will skyrocket the prices of their items. So the timing of even removing the tariff is even wrong. We are yet to finish with that of fuel subsidy. And now you are removing electricity tariff. And most of our companies that are now on production are on A-band. So virtually we are going to experience another hike in the prices of commodities. So sincerely speaking, we just have to look into this issue of privatization. If there is a need for the federal government to even revoke the license of this thing, because the inefficiency is too much. Within this year alone, we have heard about poor grid collapse, which had never happened. It's unprecedented. So sincerely speaking, the federal government needs to look into this issue, because I think there is a kind of sabotage in this aspect, just to kind of inflict pains on Nigerians. And the situation is becoming unbearable for us. Without light, you still bill us. And the contribution that we have been made doesn't even reflect in our own bill that this area have contributed in buying cable and water. This time let us make sure that we give them lower bills. No. So we need to look into this issue. Sincerely speaking, it's a scam, the privatization of a thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Comrade. With that comments coming from Comrade Awal Balakta, we come to the end of the program. Dr. Antala, embracing a solution, talking about solar energy as an alternative means of energy for Nigerians. Can we, in the possible future, see the government embracing more of this? Because we know that in Lagos or thereabout, there is a school who has been fully solar powered, and in some other instances like the street lights and what have you, even in some fuel stations, you find out that they are using solar energy.
Yes, that is in the government aspect, because even governments too are going for the alternatives. So why not the individuals too? If government can install solar-powered street lights and can install solar-powered boreholes and all of that, why not individuals? The earlier the better. Individuals should begin to embrace solar system as an alternative means of energy, because AEDC have failed and there is no any sign that it will improve in the nearest future. And the best way now is to go for solar. And you can go for solar depending on your capacity. If you don't have money to install the big one, you can go for the average one, or you can go for the smaller one, so that you can simply be charging your phones and your systems, especially for the students who are always on their systems to do one or two things. More so now that today what we are having is e-classroom, and everything is technologically driven. Gone are the days when you buy heavy books to go and read. Everything today is online. So students need energy 24 hours. So for students, for example, they can go for the smaller panels and install their solar systems, and they will be having their systems and do their work 24 hours with no hindrance at all. And people can have their phones and recharge them and continue to be online for 24 hours with no hindrance at all. But as it is today, you can see even the power banks, AEDC cannot power even power banks. So how much more of some of those things that you need? Today, again, we also have household utensils like the ceiling fans, standing fans that are using the solar system. We even have refrigerators today and even ACs that are solar powered inclined. So Nigerians should embrace the solar system as an alternative means of energy.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad Dantala Ali. And even here at Prestige FM, we are diversifying, we are also embracing the solar energy. All right. Special appreciation to the DCA on duty, talking about Ahmed Issa Sakbe, and to the online engineer, talking about Stephen Jia, on behalf of Dr. Muhammad Dantala Aliu. My name is Maimuna Muhammad Babangida, saying embrace the new form of energy, solar energy. Good morning.